Yo, what's good, guys? I thought I'd do this video just to really do two things. Firstly, I'd like to welcome all the new subscribers to the channel. I haven't done this in a long time. I know I thank you all in the streams, but I just wanted to address everyone and just say thank you for passing through and subscribing. I am humbled by all the support that this channel's been getting, and there's a lot of work that goes in for it. Streaming every day. You've got Mike Dutch with the podcast. I just want to thank everyone for doing that. All right. Secondly, I want to take the opportunity to really introduce the idea of what trading really is. Now, I've spoken about it in several streams. I say it when I'm pumped up and we're talking about make sure you cut your losses, make sure you got the right mindset, understand what you're doing. But you need to understand something, guys. Trading is not for the faint-hearted. You have to be on your A game for this. All right? It looks easy when you simply draw a pattern and price goes in or respects it. Price bounces away from the 50 EMA, 200 EMA. I'm hearing loads of people quoting me. Rise, retrace, continuation to the downside, to the upside. I've got my voices in people's heads. But ultimately, what you need to understand about this game, right? It's a serious business. Why? Because it's all on you. If you're new to trading completely, right? Be careful. You want to come into this game and you want to enjoy it? Fine. If you want to make a living from it, there's commitment. You need to be committed to this. You have to love, you have to eat, you have to sleep. You get the idea. It's all trading. Many a times I've been on my journey, I've been, making so many sacrifices. I want to master this game and I'm forever learning it. I'm learning more about myself, especially in this stream. 13 weeks in, just dabbling my hands in the crypto space. Something keeps edging me back towards Forex. It's what I know. I'm always going to be loyal to the game of Forex because that is where my craft began. I'm just using the crypto space to effectively work out whether or not we can exploit that marketplace. And it looks like we can. I'm old school, right? I am definitely old school. My platform, look at it. It's not no trading view. But the reason why I'm having this conversation with you guys is to get you guys to understand something. All right? Do your very hardest to try and stay in this game for as long as you can. Because the fruits of this game can be very rewarding. A lot of people have made a ton of money on this channel. All right? And that is exactly what I wanted to achieve. I effectively wanted to not call out, but I wanted to address the elephant in the room as such, or in the industry, where trading itself is, you go onto YouTube or you just Google it and say trading courses, to start your own business or, full-time income and what have you. And then you just pay for a course and before you know it, you're bored of it. The person teaching the course isn't appealing. You can't relate. There are so many factors that can affect whether or not you successfully apply that course, which is why I've done the YouTube channel. Now, most of you are aware of what I'm talking about. Most have heard this story many, many times over and over. This is for the new people that are coming into the channel, but more so they're coming into the trading space. This game takes no prisoners. If you lose money, no one cares. That's the harsh truth. There's a saying where it goes, 80% of people don't care about the problems that you have, and the 20% are glad that you have them. In this game, it's you against you. You're the one that presses the button. You're the one that deposits the money. You're the one that closes the trade in a profit or a loss. Is it as simple as just watching a couple of patterns play out? If only it was. But there's so much more to this system that only a few people are starting to understand. I've effectively taken two schools of thought, PVSRA Trader at Home and Steve Murray's Market Maker method. Merge them together, and this is what I understand of it. I've brought it to the channel, started the YouTube channel, and everything goes from there. My advice to all of you guys is this, new and old. We're not in for the hype. We're in to do something. We're in to change something. We're in to make the money. And I'm not going to shy away from that. We want to make money in this game. That's why you sit through the streams. That's why you're watching the previous streams. Now I'm trying to make it as accommodating as possible for people. Notice how my streams are getting less because people keep saying that they can't sit through 3 to 7, 5 hours worth of streaming. I know it. I say, yeah, just go back and look, go back and look. It's easy for me to say it now that I've done it after 3-4 months, nearly 18 hours a day streaming. In the first few weeks, I would stream from 8 o'clock in the morning and then I would stop for an hour and then I would stream till 2-3 in the morning. I wanted to get this information out. I'm paying forward as well. For the guys that have been in this channel for a long time, mad respect to all of you. All right. And I'm grateful for everyone. The new guys coming into the channel, the community itself is a wonderful place. It's a helpful place. And the contributions by people, Infinex, sorting out the TradingView indicator, making life easier for people. I'm using MT4. A lot of people don't have that access. All right. So a lot of people have done, the contributions towards the community have been huge. But that's what keeps the community thriving. This is the hardest, easiest way to make money. And when you understand that concept, okay, when you break it down, right, there are so many psychological factors that can come into play that can affect your performance. What's the one thing everyone is aspiring to create? Wealth. Money. What utilities do we have that make it accessible for us to earn it? Trading. That's the easy bit. By simply just opening a trade and waiting for a profit, that is where the idea of the easiest way to make money comes from. But it's also the hardest. Do you honestly think this method of making money can just be approached by any Tom, Dick and Harry and be exploited in any way? No. Which is why you may see me getting a little bit frustrated when someone says that they wreck their account, they become liquidated. It's frustrating. Now, the strategy itself has a very high success rate when applied optimally. It's not only working for me. I needed to prove that it works for others. And that has been evident. We've established that. So, for the guys who have been in the channel from day one, thank you. For all the guys that have just come onto the channel, get ready. You've got work to do. Only if you want to. And I don't want to sound like the guy that's telling you what to do, but you've come into the trading space. This is what is required. The content is there. Hours and hours worth of information. Now, many people have come to me and said to me, we want to see live trades on stream. We want to see this. We want to see that. I need to make sure that this channel stays on. You can see how YouTube at a moment's notice can just cut it off. What happens then? So if you're not seeing things that you want to see, there's a reason for it. Although I have done certain things that will allow you to get insight into, the way I trade. I've uploaded the information. I have to stay within certain parameters to make sure that I'm not violating any community guidelines on behalf of YouTube. Ultimately, the result of my trading is not going to reflect in yours. Why? Well, if I see a pattern and I trade that pattern at that point in time, are you going to take what you understood of that and try and replicate that exact pattern some other time? How do you know that the same pattern is going to play out in the same way at the same time that I took it. Because I used to do that. I would always ask guys, let me see you trade, let me see you trade. And they would always say, yeah, but you need to understand something. Yeah, at this point in time, this is happening and I'm able to exploit this and that. This is what you need to look for. I would go out and try and look for it. Never found it. I could never find it. When you're trading based on these patterns, they are visible. Now, I know a lot of people are saying, yo, Tino, I'm seeing M's and W's all the time, which is why the system itself, 80% of this system is based on the candlestick formation. It's what is the candlestick doing at that point in time. All right. The levels and the cycles, they are important. Okay. They determine, the journey that price will take. But what you need to understand is without sound knowledge of the candlesticks, you're not going to understand the psychology behind what is going on with price. Let's look at the logic. When you see price rising and rising, a bit like Ethereum, and she's not stopping, but you're seeing notable volume coming in every single time, you know that there is something happening. They are accumulating shorts at higher prices, and the market maker, he will decide when it's the right time to stop. Right now, it's pumping. Everything is moving, except Bitcoin. What I'm trying to get at to you guys is, when you want to come and learn something, try and grab as much of it as you can. All right? Take whatever you can from it and see how you apply it in your own zone. Don't ask anyone, do you think Ethereum's going to rise or drop? These are questions that we won't ever know for sure. I've never given anyone any financial advice. I will never tell you when to enter or when to exit. Okay? That's like going to an exam and being given the answers straight away. How and why would you take the exam in the first place if you're going to get the answers given to you? Is it simply because by having the answers, you're going to then be able to go on and apply whatever it is that you've studied efficiently? Proficiently? Nah. You need to think for yourself. Trading is a lonely game, and we've got this beautiful community. Forgive me, not exactly the greatest start to a mini podcast. That's why you need to go to Mike's podcast. He's got the professional shit. What I'm trying to get at, guys, is I'm seeing a pattern, within the Discord. And, you can tell when someone's new, which is fine, because everyone was in the same position. I was in that position. But I didn't really join any communities. There are a lot of people that I've got a lot of support from this community. And that's exactly what I wanted to achieve. So, one more time. I want to thank everyone for bringing this channel to the amount of 21,000 subscribers. Crazy. But I also want to welcome you new guys to this game we call trading. Proceed with caution. All right? Understand what needs to be done. Understand your platform. Understand your obligation to the game. All right? Because there's a commitment. Because if you come into this game with a haphazard approach and just think, oh, fuck it, I'm going to, I'll lose this money, or, I don't have an interest. You're not showing the commitment. You're not going to last long. And there are many people in this community that are grabbing this by the horns, man. And they are seriously crushing it. Because they understand not just the pattern, not just the cycle, not just the candlesticks, but themselves. They understand how they behave in the realm of uncertainty, because that's what this marketplace is. We can put projections in place, fine. If they hit, happy days. If they don't, happy days. Why? I have no bias to direction. I have to just trade what I see at that point in time. Because that's all we have. We can draw our lines, we can draw our indicators, we can do boxes, we can get ADRs, we can do all sorts. But ultimately, we need to understand that every moment is categorically unique. And that's from Mark Douglas, Trading in the Zone. Now, I know a few of you have brought that book, and that book itself was the game changer for me. Understanding the novelty of uncertainty, understanding variance, probability. All right? Sample size. Give yourself a chance at this game by keeping your commitment in terms of your capital, keep it low, keep the exposure low, because leverage is a funny thing. You know, you start off with $100 and you go in the maximum leverage, you've got buying power of $10,000. All right. You think, wow, I don't even need to deposit 10K. I can just open this trade and hope it goes in my favor. Bang, your account's gone. The idea of instant wealth creation is one of the main emotional factors and drivers to induce people to come to this game. As I said to you before, guys, it's not a walk in the park. Those that tell you it is haven't experienced it much. So I'll leave you with this. If you're new to this channel, I know you've heard me say that thousands of times. But if you are new to this channel, all right, dedicate time, because there will always be another trade. There will always be a marketplace. This is the one thing I can guarantee to you. There will always be another opportunity to place that trade. Welcome to the hardest, easiest way to make money. Peace.